winds right now, though. Sam, in a slightly more peaceful environment this morning. Oh, yes.
Peaceful, yes. Calm winds, yes. A little noisy, though, just because what we're doing is we're doing what's cold filling. We are in Martinborough. The conditions are perfect. We've got a big high over the country. The winds are still. It's a great day to go hot air ballooning. This is the mighty Iwi The Kiwi, an icon of New Zealand ballooning. You won't believe the shape it takes. Well, I've kind of given it away. It turns into a kiwi, but it's absolutely enormous. And after weather, we're going to inflate this bad boy and you can have a look for yourself. Let's do that, though. Let's get into the weather starting. This kind of puts it into perspective just how big the mighty Iwi The Kiwi is. 160,000 cubic feet of air before we were cold filling. That was the fan. This is the hot filling. This is when the burners start cranking and Iwi The Kiwi starts taking shape. And it's quite a mighty thing. So Martinborough, stand up like Iwi The Kiwi. Come down here, because what we've got today at Palliser Estate is potentially some hot air balloon rides, a chance to be on the telly, and also the Tip Top truck is going to be here with us on their nationwide tour. They're going to have a bunch of ice creams to give away. And do you know what I'm dreaming up, Petra and Rawdon? I'm thinking an ice cream scramble. I'm thinking of getting an Iwi The Kiwi with a box of ice creams, floating over Martinborough and dropping them out. What do you reckon?
It's all fun and games till someone loses an eye.
An eye?
I'm just imagining a trumpet.
Yeah, have you seen how pointy those trumpets are from 300 foot? I think you'd be lucky to get away with just losing an eye.
So bring your umbrellas, people.
Do you know whose job I wouldn't like? This job, eh? You don't want to hold that for too long and go shooting off into the stars.
Hey, Sammy, just grab a hold of that from him.
Oh, stop.
And we'll see you later. Thank you, mate.
No way.
Excellent.
See you, buddy.
Just ahead on Breakfast, we'll debate. Just no cheating. Sam, you're in Martinborough having a whale of a time.
I have no idea what you just said because of this massive engine or the burner above me. But the good news is, guys, we're hot air ballooning together. Isn't that cool? You're actually on a hot air balloon and we're floating a few metres above the ground. We're going to give it a bit more steam. Don't be mucking around. If you look up there, pretty spectacular stuff. Big old balloon. And we're going to try and do the link whilst floating around the place. And then we've got some ice creams that we're going to drop off the side to Johnny, and we're going to test them. One of two things is going to happen. He's either going to catch it and get to enjoy his ice cream, or it's going to hit him in the face. Either way, it's a good result. It is going to be a noisy read, but let's get into the weather, starting with the satellite map. You can see that there's It's Rick, isn't it?
How are you?
Good to have you here.
Nation.
Thanks so much for allowing us to use and abuse your balloon this morning. I understand it's quite expensive to do an outing like this, in the vicinity of thousands.
It is, but it's all worth it.
Excellent. Let's talk about Iwi The Kiwi, the balloon we're in. It's a mighty beast.
Oh, he is. He's absolutely stunning. He's 160,000 cubic feet, and he is just magic. He's brand new. He's only been seen in New Zealand fourth time. This is his fourth time being seen in New Zealand. And
for you guys, it's about showcasing New Zealand internationally, isn't it?
Totally, you know, he was built to showcase New Zealand. I do many balloon events around the world. I'm on full-time tour, and building a New Zealand icon to tour is great.
Yeah, and you had some records as well. You fly over mountains, Mount Taranaki.
Mount Taranaki, we're the first ones to fly over Mount Taranaki. We're also the first ones to do Mount Cook and back. Yeah. So we're flying right over Mount Cook back. We set a New Zealand high altitude record, 17,000 feet. Which is much higher than we're going today. Much higher. Let's give it a bit of stink. Get up there a little bit. We're going to see if we can hit Johnny in the face. Johnny is waiting. The Tip Top truck is here. So Martinborough, this is your call. Come, join us. Hopefully you'll get a little ride in a hot air balloon, and potentially you'll get an ice cream as well. Sometimes it's a patience sport. There's Johnny here. We're going up. Here we go. He's waiting patiently. I'm going to give a little bit of lob. Is it safe? Is it not? From that distance it is. There you go. Back to you guys. We're going to work on our altitude.
And we're going to work on our hot air puns. Thanks very much for that, Sam. Now, can we just have another look at... Nice one.
Samuel, you're in a hot air balloon, you're throwing ice creams at people. What's going on now?
Well, whenever you call me Samuel, I always feel like I'm in trouble. But the thing is, I kind of feel like I've pulled a stunt this morning. Have a look what's behind me. I've got a giant balloon, and I'm ferrying people around taking rides. It's all wonderful stuff. Let's talk. Look, the crowd is gathering here in Martinborough, and they're probably some people are turning away as they kind of move in. All right, let's talk to Lachlan first. You've been up in the balloon, Lachlan. How was it?
Fun?
Was it scary at all?
No.
Well, did it feel like you were high, or was it awful in that respect? Or did you just like it?
I just liked it.
Good, excellent. Now, these guys have just turned up, and your name is?
Alex?
Alex. All right, Alex, you turned up when you said, let's go for a ride in the balloon, and you said...
No.
You're not so sure. Why are you not so sure?
I didn't. No.
Is it the noise?
No.
Is it that it goes up and you could float away into space?
No.
All right. I reckon we work on this, you and me, and I reckon we see if we can get you up in it. If you're wondering where we are, we're in Martinborough, and if you don't know how to get to Palliser Estate, which is where we are, what you need to do is go to the centre of town and just have a good turn, and you will be able to see this giant bird hovering above us. Come down and get amongst it. Let's get into just a little bit of weather, though, starting with the city.